Hi, good morning. Welcome back to Zero Sum Studio. I'm Zero, and today I am going to be looking at the Agents of Dune role-playing campaign experience box set that goes with the Dune TTRPG. I got this last year. This is the Dune TTRPG. This is from Modiphius, who have got a couple of licensed products underway, and they've been doing. They have their own proprietary system. I'll talk about that in a different video, I'm sure. The 2D20. But they make really nice products. They kind of remind me. I also got this yesterday. This was on Miniature Market for a Father's Day sale. This is the Master of Dune campaign book and the Sand and Dust, the Arrakis source book. So I've had this one for a while, and I haven't played them. As you can see, the dice are still unopened. I've yet to be able to get a group together for this, and that's really more on me not running it for other people, right? I'm sure I find a ton of players that would want to play Dune. I've just been very busy with Distemper, my own role-playing game. So at some point I'll get to run this, but yesterday was free RPG day, and I hope all of you went out there and supported your local, your friendly local gaming store if you got one. But I went in, and I may make a separate video about the amount of booty that I came with away with from there. But I had so much stuff that I felt kind of guilty, so I ended up buying a few things, and one of them was this full cover price as well, like no sales or anything, just to wanted to support the local store, Crit Castle in Aurora in Colorado, great place. But this is a box set, and again, I've got a bunch of the other materials for it, but I've struggled, right? I've looked through this stuff, and it's part of the reason that, again, I bought this recently, the campaign guide, which I came to find out ties directly into this, right? So apparently you can play the starter set, and then you've got a campaign guide ready to go. Part of the problem I've had with Dune is how to run a campaign and make it feel true to the books or true to the movies, depending on your kind of like your favorite medium. So I bought this because apparently this is a really good helper for it. And I got to be honest, I'm just a sucker for box sets. Look at this thing. It's just magnificent, right? It's glorious. It's hefty. There's a good amount of materials in there from what I've seen. So I thought I'd take a minute and record this and just kind of share it for anyone that's on the fence about buying this. But I'm a sucker for box sets. I go back to my first role-playing experience with Basic, and then Expert Dungeons and Dragons back in the 80s with the pink and the light blue box sets. So I've always been a sucker for opening it up and finding dice and all the things you might need to get a game going. So ineptness and ineptitude getting this open. Read this first. My dearest children. Obviously, I'm not going to give this away, but this seems to be a folio explaining the concept. My dearest children, by now you have heard the news that our house has been chosen by the Emperor to take over all spice operations on Arrakis. Your loving mother, Sakura. So, this is great. Again, I'm just a sucker for these things, right? When a company really focuses on bringing people in and getting them into a game and kind of caught on the atmosphere straight away, a handout like this is just great. So what if you ruled Arrakis? This is obviously a what-if setting. Box components, there's character folios, there's an adventure booklet, there's nice card decks, tokens, handout trackers and mappers, and a core rulebook PDF. Nice, and the rules reference at the back. This is something else that I actually put this into my own game, Distemper, a little while ago. At the behest of one of my players, I give out these kind of folios for characters, right? So that people know who they're playing. And on the back, I put the rules reference, because that way someone can just have it printed out and kind of go with it. So this is next one. This is the Agents of Dune adventure book. Typically high quality for Modiphius. They really have they really make great quality stuff. So this seems to be, I really like this a lot already. This is how to set up the game. Just looks like you jump in straight away. There's a bunch of sidebars, which is great. It's something else I've seen, something else I use, but I remember seeing it in the Fantasy Flight games, their Star Wars, where there was just a bunch of different call-outs to make it easier to GM and to understand. So it looks like this really is just a step-by-step guide through this not insignificant campaign book, 116 pages or thereabouts, which again leads directly into the Masters of Dune campaign book. So I'm going to have to read this and try and get an understanding of how this would play out. Because again, this is where I struggle with Dune, I think, right? It's such a I don't know how you do those internal monologues at the table with 5 people, but to be figured out. So next up is this really is a value for money. It was $81 plus state tax here in Colorado, but again, just super high quality. A beautiful handout, character folio, I should say, for Mentats. What do we got here? So we got a martial noble, a charismatic noble, a Mentat advisor, a sword master, and a Bene Gesserit spy master. Well, that's very thematic, isn't it? What do we have here? Not entirely sure what this is. Adding to threat. Threat momentum log. This game is really beautiful. A handout, presumably to give to the players. I mean, this is just great. Like a handout that you can give them. The quality on this is a little bit more porous or rough. This other stuff is very smooth and lovely. This kind of feels like this is thematic, right? I'm guessing this is, I don't know, a handout you pick up on your way there or something that's good. I don't know. I'll figure this out. But report begins compiled by Mentat to House Harkonnen. Oh, beautiful. Again, I love this stuff, like handouts that you'd give to the players that really add to the atmosphere and pull people in. There's a bunch of tokens that, unfortunately, I was probably a little bit heavy-handed with the box, so they've already got separated, so I'll put them in the bag after. And then a couple of maps. I am going to say for like the 73rd time, this is just really high-quality stuff. I buy a lot of stuff that I'm not sure I'll ever get to play, and I just want to buy it to read it and understand. I'm a total nerd, and I'm a more insatiable reader, and so this is beautiful. So I love getting these things and reading them, and again, just the higher quality stuff. I don't really understand what this is, the negotiation map, but this is fantastic. All right, so, and then lastly, wow, I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to show these properly, but these are like little plastic holders that you would use to put a card or something and to stand it up on a. So you'd thread a card in there and use it to stand up like in a board game or something. So I'm not quite sure. Maybe that's to do with these. So these are, rather than slicing it, thankfully they have this pre-set perforated. So let's see what's in here. Maybe I do need to get my Leathermans out. I'll still cut this damn thing. Nice. So these are weapons cards or equipment cards, it looks like. House Nagara soldiers, RMPs. Oh, beautiful, beautiful. Again, this feels very similar to some of the Fantasy Flight stuff, and maybe it feels similar to other stuff, to other people that I haven't played, but this is just beautiful. So here we go. So here's player cards or individual cards. So I'm guessing they'd stand up in those to be moved around on a map, maybe, or just to be in front of the players, probably. And then just more cards here. And then a second set of Arrakis role-playing dice sets. So I should have probably bought, not knowing that I was ever going to get this at the time, I should have probably bought one of the other sets, like the Imperial sets or something, but it is what it is. So like, all in all, like, I mean, you just see me kind of go through a box and give absolutely no details on it, but all in all, the production quality of this stuff is just truly amazing. And then, I can't buy a new book without sniffing it. It just smells lovely. It smells like, I don't know, formaldehyde and small animals or something along those lines. Oh, it's just lovely. So I look forward to diving into this, right? And I'll come back. I think I say this at the end of every unboxing. I'm going to come back with another video and tell you how it plays and what you need to know about it. And I seem to have more good intentions than I have time. But overall, just a 30 seconds review. Everything I've seen with this role-playing game, everything I've seen with Dune, it's kind of like Modiphius' Star Trek Adventures. It's very thematically correct, and it's very accurate to the lore. So if you're really looking at playing in this world or kind of playing in this environment, I even though I haven't read all of this through, cover to cover, obviously, and I just unboxed it and I've got no idea how it actually play, I can't recommend this highly enough, right? So if you're a little bit like me, where you buy games because you kind of want to read them, you kind of want to play them, you're not really sure how this is going to pan out, I can't recommend this highly enough. This is really a beautifully produced, very accurate, very faithful, very close to the source material, ties in very well, bridges the gap actually very well between the movies and the books, although, the books to me is everything. I grew up watching the original Dune, I'm old enough, but like, the books to me really is there's so much there, right? And so it does a great job, right? So all in all, highly recommended, and I will come back and give another review of how this plays and how it works out. Thanks for tuning in.